Alright, y'all, it's serious this time. Instead of just patching things up haphazardly to see what will happen, this week I'm going in an opposite direction, starting with music that's written. It's hardcore, man. Baroque music. I don't know if you can see this. It's fairly simple. This is a composition called Ground by Henry Purcell. It's a work in progress. I chose Ground because it has like a 4-bar repeating bass pattern, which is just ideal for this kind of equipment, this kind of setup. Now down here is my Arturia MicroBrute. This is not new. I've had this thing for years, and I dug it back out this week because it does have some really nice analog connectivity. It talks to the modular system really well, so I can use it as a controller, and it also is a full synth voice in its own right, which is nice. And I have, just one more thing that I can add to my sonic palette. So what I did, I used MicroBrute's onboard sequencer to sequence the bass pattern from Ground. And the way this sequencer works, it will transpose the entire sequence depending on the starting key. So it's written starting on C, so that's how I recorded it. But you can the MicroBrute will transpose the sequence to start on whatever key you press, and the whole thing is shifted down from there. I'm going to use the credit card trick to keep the sequence playing, because for some weird reason Arturia didn't design this thing with a latch key. So you have to hold a key down for the sequence to play. Now, fortunately, because of the way these keys are shaped, you can take a card, wedge it underneath that flange in the front of the keyboard. Can you see that? Yeah. And then that'll hold it down and keep it playing. It's a trick that I saw somebody else do on YouTube, and I was like, aha, that's what I need. So anyway, I'm just going to, these oscillators are not tuned, and I got to do that before I record. But right now, I'm just monkeying around to get stuff sounding the way I want. So, starting on my C, theoretically concert C, I have no idea until I actually check these with the tuner. But there's my sequence running on the MicroBrute. Like that. Anyway, this thing's got a pretty good palette of sounds in it. It's a nice little synthesizer. Now I'm mixing. I have 3 different things running from the control voltage of that sequencer, and I'm mixing them through mutable shades right here, sending them into the Pico DSP, and then the stereo out from that going into my old VHS case, and from there to my actual master mixer, which my microphone is also going into. That's why I needed it. Up here, the red knob is going to be the Lifeforms. which is being fed gate and volts per octave CV from the MicroBrute. And I have it doing this sort of plucked filter business. Very straightforward. Now this, the white knob, that's the digital noise from the Bastel noise square going into the Bastel cinnamon, and cinnamon's cutoff frequency is being controlled by the pitch voltage from the sequencer, and then the band pass out is going into mutable streams, which is gating that signal with the gate coming from the sequencer. And that's what that sounds like. You know, little tuned noise, bonks. Anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. It is nowhere near finished, but this is pretty close. I think I'm just about ready to record, but I have to figure out, well, I already know how to do it. I just have to hook it up and make sure I do it right, but I want to sync MIDI tempo from my record deck and lay down this as a track, and then come back and then record the melody parts on another track, overdubbing, and use the MIDI sync so that all of the tracks will be mechanically synchronized. I'm planning to play the melodies manually, kind of like the old switched on Bach record, but if I want some synced modulation or something, it's gonna, if I don't do the MIDI sequence, I'm sure I will wish I had. But anyway, this is nowhere near ready, but I do have recorded music up on drphlogiston.bandcamp.com, and you can actually listen to these tracks a couple of times before it asks you for any money. So if your finances are tight, don't let that stop you from checking it out. If money is no object to you, I would be extremely grateful if some of y'all could leave a tip at coffee.com/Tigerio, or check out my Patreon at www.patreon.com/Tigerio. And also, you know, if you're broke, it doesn't cost a thing to like and subscribe right here on YouTube. And as always, I appreciate your attention. Thanks for watching, and we will meet up again next time.